Let's get down to business.
Okay, guys, so today we have Pilar Lokko on the podcast. We brought her on because in a short 5 years she had shot through the ranks as a qualified coach. But how popular she is as a coach, as a PT in her classes. She has gone on, she's tutoring now, which we're going to hear all about this today. She's someone we need to have on and to pick her brain and see what advice and tips we can share with the world. So, Pilar, I ask everyone this when they first come in. Your background, can you even remember why you considered getting into the fitness industry? What was I'm going right back now.
Oh, we're going right back. Thanks for having me, first of all. And
You're very
thank you
welcome.
so much. They're lovely words. And thanks. Image has meant a lot to me. So
Okay,
thank you for that.
Lovely to hear it.
You and Connor have been, and all the lads have been great. You've made me feel
brilliant.
really welcome and confident, and it's always motivate me and, build me up in your own little ways. So
Starting to like this
thanks
podcast
for that.
already. We can
These
stop
are
it
great.
now.
Just some praise.
Thanks for that.
I'm going to be very honest
Yeah.
on the podcast. I feel like for me, this is about me, like being very open and honest about my life and stepping into my truth, because I want to be able to inspire other people who might have come from similar backgrounds to be able to excel in life and to say, okay, fuck this, I'm going to be successful. I have the right, I'm worthy, and I'm going to, take steps to become better at life and in life and that type of thing. My background going back was quite dark and deep.
Okay.
Like my childhood was quite turbulent.
Okay.
And it got to a point where, I was on the bathroom floor and I was very, very close to ending my life.
Really?
So
What age were you roughly, can you remember?
I was 18.
Okay.
At that time, then I had to make a decision to live my life and to go forward.
Yeah.
And it became so important to me to be happy. So for me, life was then just about being like, right, there's no point here. If I can't make myself happy and if I can't find happiness and joy in my life, this is not going to work for me. And I had to just make sure I didn't end up back in that time and that space, in that mental space.
Okay. Can you remember any of the changes you made?
Yeah, this is what happened then. Dancing, I just started clinging on to whatever made me happy. Dancing made me happy. Dancing made me feel safe and free, and I could be creative in that space. And dancing has so many benefits that I didn't realize, like your cognitive development, your remembering steps, you're connecting with music, you're moving in your body. Moving in your body releases all of these tensions and worries and stresses. So that has a profound effect on your day-to-day life. So no matter what's going on, you need something to always be able to come back to. And, it's going to be a hug at the end of the day, or something that's giving you this light or this joy or this spark that's keeping you going, keeping you pushing forward.
Yeah, very good. And I'm sure you noticed that with your clients as well.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. But that's how I knew this is going to help other people. Yeah. So I started going to the gym.
Okay.
And then when I was doing all this resistance training and doing my program, and I was like, this is amazing because I'm actually good at this.
Yeah.
And my body is able for this. I'm like, how am I so, my muscular endurance was there. That came from dancing.
Yeah.
My mobility was there. Came from dancing. My flexibility was there. I was stable. My skeleton was stabilized. And it was all from dancing. And I was like, I can do this. I can bring this into the industry. I can take these dance classes and teach them in all these gyms. There's a gap in the market for this. Why is nobody doing this? Dancing is phenomenal. So then I was like, right, okay, I need to make this happen. And, we all have our life going on in the background, So you're always constantly right, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. And I was like, right, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to do a course. So you get on the internet and you're Googling, and then I found an exercise to music course. So I was like, this is the qualification I need. If I need to go into gyms here and, be spreading this feeling, I need to get qualified. So I found an exercise to music course. Brilliant. And I went and I asked about it, and then the tutor at the time for that course said, there's personal training, there's gym instruction. why don't you do this too? It only makes sense that you do everything together because, you know, if you're going to be working in the industry. I was like, okay, I'll do it all. Went in. Now at this stage, like...
And sorry, did you have any interest in working afterwards, or you were just kind of taking it all in? And
no,
taking
for
it week
me,
by
it
week?
was like I was doing a full-time job. I was living out of home. I was paying my bills. I was,
Yeah.
you know, surviving. And I just wanted to have something else. I always had like this little, I think like entrepreneurial thing inside me. I wanted to like, you know, it's quite business minded. As in, I can do that. I can do that. You know, you're figuring things out. I don't want to work for the man all my life. Like that's not making me happy. I can do what I want to do if I really want to do it. So let's find something that you love and let's make this work. Let's, you know, if you're all the other areas of your life you can't control, let's take this and make something of this. So I was like, right, okay, let's get qualified. Let's teach dancing. And then I was in my course and I was doing my training. I was in a gym. That was making me feel so good. Like getting through a spin class.
Yeah.
I'd get on that bike and I'd be like, oh my God. And you'd be like halfway through the spin class, like, no, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And that teaches you resilience, perseverance, like you're becoming confident in your, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And then I fell in love with training. I fell in love with the gym. I seen then what it could offer. I could see what it was doing for me and what it could do potentially for other people. There's lots of people around me that I love and I want better for. Everybody. I'm quite an empathetic person. And if I can help, that makes me feel better. And that's always been inside me. Always, always, always.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something? So to see that dark point at 18, I wonder if you hadn't had the dancing, which obviously helped you in so many ways, would you have had the balls to start the course, the PT course?
Do you know what it is? I think when people are in that mindset or in that situation, you can be lost. So you need to find something that makes you feel good. I was very lucky that I had dancing because people turn to alcohol, people turn to drugs, self-harm, all these different things. So dancing was my thing that was like, right, okay. And it sparked joy. I read a thing before and it's like, if drinking tea makes you happy, drink all the tea, find all these different flavors, just like live for the end of the day. We're going to get to drink your cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People live like that. People are like it's really hard for some people to get from one end of the day to the other. So you need to like find your joy, find your spark. And that's what I did.
18, it sounds like your life began to start moving up from that point.
Yeah.
You had your dancing, you were teaching dancing, and then you found the gym and training. Anything else you can pinpoint from those earlier years that you find that happiness?
I
and
was
peace?
working for a company and I left the company because I realized it wasn't good for me. And I was like, right, okay. I was starting to realize what happened, what was going on inside me.
Okay.
I started to realize I didn't know I was pretty depressed. One of my friends moved to Australia and I rang her one day and I was like really upset. Like, I was like, come on, Pilar, like, I don't care how much it costs. Meet me in Thailand. We're going to go. We're going to have a holiday. I'm going to give you a hug. We're going to have a great time. So I flew to Thailand and then she flew from Australia to Thailand. And that was the first big trip I ever went on. And I remember waking up one morning. I had the biggest smile on my face and I had this feeling of happiness. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, what is this feeling? And I didn't realize I hadn't been happy for so long. And then when I came home, what makes me feel that way? What makes me feel that way? Being on top of the class, being in groups of people, connecting with other people. I didn't feel so lonely. I started working in a clothes shop, helping women get dressed. So my job was, I now became the manager pretty quickly because you're sales and then, I just threw myself into work.
Yeah.
And that was what I loved to do. So I'd have these women coming into me and they'd just be coming like, one in, one out, one in. And every single woman, it was a common trend, they felt insecure in their body. I was helping them feel good leaving that shop.
And what age groups were they roughly on average?
We're talking like 20s, early 30s, 40s, all the way up to 50s. I had like the older adults coming in, whatever that may be, being like, oh, I don't know what to wear, blah, blah. And I dressed them head to toe. Amazing. And some of them wouldn't even want to look in the mirror at themselves, or they just look in the mirror and they'd be pulling themselves apart. And I was doing that. And I was like, I know that's not okay. So I'd be trying to make them feel good. And them feeling good was making me feel good. And that all led
Added, yeah.
led to here, basically, because then when I was in the gym and that was making me feel good, now I make women feel good on the daily and they thank me for it and it makes me happy and it gives me a purpose. And that's, I think, why I love it. Like,
Interesting what you said there, that whole self-awareness that you didn't even know you were depressed for probably quite a while. There's probably many girls watching this and blokes who, you know, some of the alpha males that I've worked with here who, you know, the lads who come in, they just get on with the day and get on with the week, but often they mightn't even be fully aware that things are not right. Okay, right, amazing. So what happened then? You then came
actually,
qualified.
just when you said that, there was a student recently and a male.
Yeah.
And I actually have a lot of respect for him. And he found it very hard at the start to get out of bed every day and come in. And he did it every single day. I remember one day he actually left the class because he got himself so worked up. And we were walking through the park and we were having chats and stuff. But I understand that, like, and some men are just so afraid to say that, and they just don't get out of bed in the morning. They don't show up because that feeling is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That feeling of, I can't do this today, or going in and knowing you look tired, or knowing you look this, or you just feel beaten from, you've got past stuff. You've got all these demons. And a lot of people have that and they just pretend they're not there and they mask over it. And then you have people drinking too much, going on benders at the weekend, not looking after themselves. Suicide rates going up, all these things because people aren't talking about it. He chose that day to open up to me and speak about it. Since then, he's spoken about it in class.
Really?
Of just his struggle being real, to motivate himself, to do the work, to get in. Because it's hard to do. And I've been there. Like, I'm 33 and I'm here now, but like, that's been many, many, many years of me falling down, getting back up, falling down, getting back up. Because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't, I had all these past experiences that I didn't know. Like you're saying, you're not aware. I didn't know I was suffering with anxiety.
Yeah.
I just thought there's something wrong with me. People were giving, I was giving out to myself, like, what's wrong with me? I didn't have a clue until I started going, seeking help. Like I did a behavioral therapy course. I read loads of books. I'm so obsessed with, like, human behavior now and self-development. And I'm still shitting myself here today, putting myself out there. But this is a big deal for me to step into my own and say, this is who I am, this is my life. And I'm making something of myself, and I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all, but I'm out here trying my best. And,
You walked through that door this morning and, like, it's funny, I know you teach massive numbers, especially in big gyms. You have big numbers in your classes in here. You're highly sought after. Students will often come up to you at the graduation parties from all over the other parts of Ireland. However, you walked through that door quite nervous today. I was
so
quite
nervous.
shocked. I was like, how could someone who's at that level be nervous coming through about just sitting down and chatting today?
Yeah.
Any idea why that
you
was?
go in and, you get to just be carefree, you're just connecting with people, and I used to be scared of people. I used to think everyone was against you, or big trust issues, and people are going to look at you and say, they'd be like, right, this is wrong with you today, this is wrong with you. But what I've learned from being from the changing rooms in that clothes shop to the gym floor, one-to-one, talking to women, connecting with women, I just have female clients, but now the students, males as well, we all at some level a little bit nervous, insecure, afraid of being judged, afraid of doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing, getting this backlash. But we just have to own it. We just have to be like, But for me, coming in here today, you're talking about your personal life. You're not just being like, let's put the music on, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not like, it's not planned. It's not structured.
Not something you can do in your
sleep. It's not out of a book. It's not like, okay, this is the routine we're doing today. It's unsafe. It's unfamiliar territory. It's the unknown. I'm being vulnerable. I don't know. People are like, she's an idiot. Like, why is she telling people that? No one cares. But I care, and I have to just,
I'll touch on one thing you mentioned, actually. See, see, as you said, over the years, you may have had ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. I presume, like a muscle, when things are not good, you probably know, well, if I just do A, B, and C over the next few days or weeks, I'm grand again. And I see you're quite into nature and the beach and the sea.
Yeah.
Anything if 4 years ago things weren't good,
Yeah.
what would you have done? Right, that's it. Monday coming,
Like,
what am I going to do?
Put your earphones in and get out that door and walk. I'd walk for like 4 hours.
Serious.
Yeah, during COVID, I was just like, get me out of this house. Because, and it's one of those, what's the thing, I was listening to an audio recently and they were saying the girl in the audio was suffering from depression and basically her therapist, psychologist, whatever, said, every day you just need to get outside your house. I was like, that's what I did. Like every day, walked for hours.
What did that do?
Walked back.
Was it the fresh air? Was it?
I don't know, like I'm obsessed with, like, it just kind of opens you. I think you feel like the world is closing in on you.
Okay.
And you're like in this dark space and it is darkness and, you know, you almost get deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get outside, it's like breaking out and it's like you're out in the world. And then like you need to be mindful of your surroundings. So like I love the sky and, you know, and these are things I always loved.
Yeah.
I just became to appreciate them over the years. And now I love them. I'm like, no matter what, the beach is always going to be there. No matter what, I can put my earphones in, listen to music and go. No matter what, if I want to go on a plane and leave the country,
Yeah.
I can do that. Do you know what I mean? Like if I, you know, something, God forbid, happens tomorrow, I feel like you can always get a job. You can. I'm just that type of person. I'll always work, save, and go where I need to go. Like I have that comfort that I found in being outside, and it's like, don't worry, go for a walk, you'll be grand. But I'd highly recommend getting outside, connecting.
Anything
with
else
nature.
you can pinpoint? So nature, outside.
Journaling, like journaling.
Really?
Yeah, you
Talk
need to
about
get
that.
to know yourself. You need to figure out what is going on with yourself. You need to really be like, well, okay, what's wrong with me? Like, what is holding me back from excelling? I call it like, I'm like, it's failure to launch. Like, why is that person there and you're here? What you know what you need to do? Like, why haven't you been doing it? It took me a long time to get to this point, and now I feel like I'm in a really good position. I'm excited about my future, and I'm really happy. And I'm like, I had to get to this point. I had to do the work. I had to journal. I had to fall down, get back up, fall down. You get stronger every single time you get back up.
Yeah.
But you have to discipline yourself to say, get the fuck back up. I had no choice. No one was paying my bills. Like I was going to be homeless or else I was going to be in a not a great situation. So, you know, you just have to be like, fight for your life.
Yeah.
Like do or die.
Backs to the wall.
Yeah.
Someone
and
who's
be kind to yourself as well. Okay, these are my weaknesses. That's it. You have to be honest about it. These are my weaknesses. I'm okay with these weaknesses. Now, how do we work with these weaknesses? I don't like getting up in the mornings. I'm not a morning person. Right, we need to strengthen that muscle. We need to become a morning person because you're going to be teaching 6 a.m. spin for a while while you're climbing that ladder. Do you know what I mean? We went into COVID. I was like, oh my God, I cannot go back to not being a morning person because that was so hard to do. I was like, to become a morning person was really, really hard. So during COVID, I was like, right, you're getting up for sunrise every day. You're doing it, whether you like it or not, Pilar. So I'd have to, because I was like, I don't want to have to learn how to be a morning person again because that was awful. So, you know.
very good. Someone who, just on the journaling point, so someone watching this who has never done that, I don't even know where to begin. Any basics you can give, or any basic tips? Like, is it as simple as opening a book like our Adam there and just writing away, or any basic guidelines you can provide?
I am a gratitude girl. You need to cling on to what you're grateful for and what makes you happy. So you need to decide, right, what am I grateful for today? First of all, if you can't be grateful for, we can, because we all have working legs and arms and a voice kind of hanging on for dear life, sight, connection, each other. There's so many things that straight away, hot cup of coffee. Like I was talking to my sister yesterday and I said to her, you know, I'm so grateful for my apartment. I'm so grateful that, you know, I'm renting and I know where I want to be. But right now I feel like I'm somebody else's Kardashian.
Okay.
And I said to her, I was like, there's people in the slums in India, like they're, you know, people you have to be like, look what I have, look how great my life is. And I think people need to say, right, open that journal. What do I have?
Yeah.
What do I have in this moment that I can work with? What can I, make the most of here? What can I really be like, right, okay, well, I have a functioning brain, I walk, I can talk, I can connect, I have friends and family, or, I have a roof over my head. Oh my God, I paid my rent again this month. Go me, like, do you know what I mean? All these little things.
So you'd suggest mapping out gratitude, and I'm sure once you begin, it'll flow. And also highlighting your weaknesses and becoming aware of, I need to pull up my socks and
That
this and
goes
that.
with everything, yeah. Like, I'm a brat. Like, what has held me back? I've held me back. There's been times I've, gone out and partied probably too much. And, there's bills I've missed paying because I wanted to spend money on something else, or things I put on the long finger. Like, we're human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But you have to be like, right, okay, it's time to reel it in. Okay, if you're going to be, I don't know, drinking at the weekends, you're not going to be as fresh going into the week. Somebody else is going to have the upper hand there. Someone who's looking after themselves the weekend. Someone who's eating healthy, going to bed on time, drinking their water. Straight away, upper hand. They're a healthier, more functioning human being because they can think clearer, just be
Everything in.
that kind of way. So you're like, right, okay, how do I strengthen that weakness? If I'm not eating the right food, if I'm staying in bed till 2:00 in the day, if I'm hanging around with toxic people, people who are spending their time bitching and speaking about other people, right, okay, right, this is not doing me good. This is doing me good. We need to do more of this and we need to do less of this. And we need to put this into
Black and white.
practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for this final thing on journaling, I suppose. So, again, someone watching this who they've never done this. Is it something that you would do weekly, every 2 weeks? And would you reread what you've wrote previously, or just start fresh?
I've so many journals over the years, and sometimes I'll literally, like over the weekend, I was having a me weekend, very self-care, and I looked through old journals, and it's amazing how far I've come. So I'm so proud of myself.
And that helps gratitude, I'm sure.
Yes, oh, big time. But I'll have a page of gratitude, and then I'll have a page of the people that I love, and then my why and my values and morals, and make sure just checking in that I'm a good person, because people tell you that you're a bad person all the time. So you need to be like, no, I'm a good person. I mean well. I'm not ever out to hurt anybody intentionally, or I only want to help. And then I put in stuff that I'm going through.
Okay.
So I'll put in, something that was bad, something that was good. There's dating stories in there. There's, diet plans in there, like just everything, there's lists of what I want to achieve, all these things. And I can look back and be like, oh my God, I put that in my journal. And I made that happen. Even like planning holidays or going to Rome or visualizing myself in certain places. And I'm like, oh, wow, like I've done all that. And it's lovely to have something to look back on.
Yeah.
Because then you deepen your gratitude as well. And also oh my God, I did that. You congratulate yourself on doing stuff.
And I'm sure when you look back and you read and you assess all the previous journals and everything, it probably helps you planning your next step, because right, well, I was able to smash that and get A, B, and C done.
And also you have to do things that scare you. Like there's things in that, and I'll be like, oh my God. And the more things you do that scare you, the braver you get. Like, I feel like, I've been this terrified little girl, and I'm like, I'm going to go in there today and do that podcast and be like, I don't care what anybody thinks, and that's a big deal. But, it's like saying, I'm going to go climb Kilimanjaro, like, and go and slide on Thursday and go on Tuesday. That terrified the shit out of me. But I was like, I need something to scare me and to be like, I can do this, because I need a reminder of I can do this,
I wonder if that's where a lot of people would struggle, is that thing that they're afraid of, if they push themselves to
do
try
other
it.
things.
Yeah.
So if there's one big thing, do other things around that big thing to strengthen the muscle, So, traveling solo, that's a really scary thing to do. I used to be really afraid of getting into freezing cold seas. I doing these things that make you uncomfortable and that you're scared of doing. Going to the gym with no makeup on or in a crop top when you're insecure, or just going to the gym in colourful leggings and you think everyone can see your cellulite, or all these little things. And then you realise, oh my God, nothing bad happened. People didn't come up and start throwing eggs at me, or, you know what I mean? I'm fine. And actually people were nice to me. Like, you know, it wasn't like, get out, or, you know, nothing happened. The plane didn't crash and burn, thank God. I'd be sitting on the plane being like, oh, I'm going to go down. But, you know.
Okay, excellent. All right, let's move on. So you became qualified, you began your journey here, you've done incredible things in 5 years. How quickly you've shot up, it's pretty insane. Talk to me about your coaching days and I know you do your classes and you do your one-to-one, you do your semi-private PT and everything else.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I presume even everything, all the journaling you've done and all the times you've pushed yourself into the darkness and everything else has probably helped your coaching ability. Because you probably witnessed things in your clients that maybe you've been through before.
Yeah. And you know, I think I really take the time to connect with them, and like I want to see them, because seeing people and speaking to people, it makes me feel better. And like it just helps me be like, connect, you know, you're not alone and you're connecting. So I listen to them, and then over time they open up to me, and I always kick their asses. So I always do what they're paying me to do. They're paying me for a service. They're not paying me to be their friend. Okay. So I'll be like, okay, we can be friends, but we need to get the job done. And I'm like that with this student as well. Like, yeah, we're going to have a good time, but we're getting done what needs to be done. So then I can open up to them. They can open to me. I never get really deep into my personal life with them ever. It's very much, they know that I understand, and I'll say things and they'll be like, oh my God, she does understand, and I'll listen to them and I'll hear them out and I'll support them. And, you know, it's never a big, like, in-depth discussion or anything. It's just, you know, little things will be said here and there, and they'll just know that I see them and I have their back, or, you know, it's okay. And they're doing it, even if it's just say, you're doing a fucking great job. Yeah. You're getting through life. Like, you're kicking ass right now. Everyone got through COVID. Like, everyone got through January, 2nd February. I'm like, yes, lads, we got through January. Like, oh my God. Do you know? So,
would you have many clients who would be put off by the big commercial gym, the busy commercial gym, and they prefer the more intimate setting?
100%. And even me,
that audience seems to be growing.
Yeah. I even, like, again, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, oh, I'm just nervous to go up and they really want to come to my classes and like it, like they want to come to the dance classes. I was like, I just don't want to go up there and jiggling about. This woman is stunning. She's gorgeous. Like, she can have any man like that now she has somebody. But like, if you ever said her name to anyone, all the lads were like, oh yeah. Like, she's stunning. She is insecure and won't come up and take part in the class because she feels like people are going to judge her. When everybody else in that room, all these women probably felt that way. And we're all there and we're like loving each other and just like supporting each other. And I was her. I thought, oh my God, everyone out there is just going to be judging me, like, da, da, da. Even like a win. Some days I look pretty, some days I don't. Sometimes I'm skinnier, sometimes I'm bigger. Like, and they love me always. Like, they're always like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Very good. But then, besides from the dancing, you do a lot of resistance training. You're doing your deadlifting and the squat. And if you found clients when they come to you, they're put off by weight training, and you almost open their eyes to that?
I think they see me weight training, and then they're like, oh, because you have a perception. You have, you know, you look at social media, or you kind of think, men are lifting those big weights. Sorry. Men can do it, we can do it. Like, you know, yous are great, but we're great too. So, like, you need to lift the big weights, and you're going to get results faster, and the benefits are greater. And let's not waste time. Let's just get into these big lifts, because that's where the money's at. Like, that's where you're going to reap the benefits faster. And you're using more joints, they're compound movements, you know, everything is improving. It's just amazing what they can do. So teaching them that we can actually do these lifts, and you can actually do them, and you're going to see change in your body quicker. they love it. They love it.
And they
love
probably
it.
get in like addicted to it almost.
And then they love that feeling of being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, and I'm like, yeah, 2 more reps. And we're like, yes, we can do anything. Come at me. Some of them been up all night with their babies. Some of them are studying and they're trying to have a side hustle and they're doing a full-time job and they have kids. And some people don't have kids, but they're going through a breakup and, their ex is putting pictures of him and his new girlfriend online. And, you just feel like, get me this revenge. But all these different situations. And it's deadly.
Almost.
Yeah. But it makes you feel good and it makes you feel confident and showing up and me being like, yes, you showed up. Yes, let's really take this time to appreciate you being here and getting yourself here. That's self-care, that's self-love, that's self-discipline. Yes.
Don't worry, viewers. We're only putting Pilar's contact details below in the comments box or whatever it is if you want to reach out to
Swipe up.
I don't know. So someone comes to you, they've very little training background and they're like you one shitting themselves to start. What are some of the changes you see and the transformation you see over 6 months, a year, and everything else?
So one of my clients comes to mind. I call her Pamspiration. Her name is Pam. I know she's not going to mind. Pamela Crow, Jesus. She's fab. She came to me before COVID in Flyfair. And on her first day, it was a tough first session.
As in what, showing up?
First of all, she had to show up. So that was probably her biggest thing. Yeah, so she definitely dealt with some of the same demons that I've dealt with of getting there, showing up, and being to a public space where other people can see it. Oh my God, now I'm going to show up. And she showed up that day and she got really uncomfortable in the gym. Her fitness level was at like a 0. And she knows this herself and she'd be and we had to do very, very very, very easy movements. Like we're talking like really low step ups. We're talking,
Basics, yeah.
Yeah, like walkouts were really, really a challenge. And, you have to remember that we're all at different levels and you have to be so patient with your clients and so like empathetic of them. You need to make them feel comfortable and never make them feel. So if I did something with her and I knew, I was like, okay, we need to read the room, change this quickly, like blah, blah, and, make sure she's feeling good. And then she was training. She missed one session and we had a little chat about it. And then we went into lockdown. Dun, dun, dun. Fucking COVID. But
so what happened then?
We stayed online and we did 1-to-1 sessions online. And I remember even having walks with her on the phone outside and she stuck with it. She went on now. She's changed her job. She's set boundaries. She's really leveling up in her own personal development life. It's amazing to see. These are the changes you don't see in someone's before and after pictures. Like you're talking personal life.
Internally.
Yeah. Her showing up, her doing her workouts. That has made a massive difference in her life.
How's it?
She took a big leap, went to Africa, climbed Kilimanjaro. Yeah, like me. She was like, right, I'm doing it. She's done her course here. She completed her course. She's now a qualified personal trainer, gym instructor. Yeah, here with Image. Loved it. She also took part in the strength and conditioning course. She's covering for me later on semi-private. She's covered for me while I was away. And she now has her own semi-private groups too.
You're joking.
Yeah, she also teaches dance fitness as well in Fly Fit now as well.
And what was her timeline from day one to now? How long did that take?
So that was pre-COVID. So what are we talking?
Okay.
3 years now, are we?
That's incredible. From being struggling in a basic workout to now having her own clients.
Yeah, and taking selfies and putting them up on Instagram and, really giving herself self-love and, and like that. You just have to put yourself out there. And people, everyone just is supportive. Like, everyone loves on Pam. We're like, yeah, get it, girl. Love it. Everyone loves to see everyone doing good. There's no negative people in my gym space, which is good. And if there's ever somebody that is, kind of, I can hear them being judgmental or bitchy in any way, I'll nip it in the bud pretty swiftly. And yeah.
Yeah, well, that story you just gave, I've seen like some amount of that over the last 10 years, what people have started as, and then what they've gone on and done, and the position you're at now. It's, you often look at someone going, you are a different human being than you were.
Well, what's the common trend? Like it's having to get yourself through that difficult workout. Like you're putting yourself in these uncomfortable, difficult situations, and then you're proving to yourself that you can do it. You're committed to this workout, class, whatever it is, and you get uncomfortable, it's part of it, and you push through it, and you're practicing perseverance. You're strengthening your self resilience, your ability to do things, like, you know.
Yeah, very good. Okay, talk to us about, so a client falls off the wagon with you. Life gets in the way, as you said, all different scenarios can happen. What would you do then with them? Do you find you just chat to them first, or you drag them back into the gym and say, you're doing a workout, that's step one? Any pointers you can highlight of people who fall off?
One of the students asked me a few weeks ago, he's like, you know, when they just come back and they're not getting results, and then they keep, and then they're starting again, like, how do you not just like go mad at them? Like, how do you know when to be like strict and tell them the full truth? Okay, so we need to rein it in first, because you have to remember, you have to be patient. These are practicing instilling a new habit into their being, basically. They've been living a certain way their whole life, maybe. You know what I mean? So they have to practice becoming this new version of themselves. And that takes time. And like I was saying, I'm 33 now. It took me a long time to get here. You'll fall off the wagon, you'll get back on, you'll fall, and you'll get better and better and better and better every time. But when they fall down, they'll pick themselves back up, because they know they'll come back to you, and you'll be there with open arms, with supportive, empathetic open arms, saying, okay, now we know what happened, or whatever, let's go again. Let's go again. You know, you haven't given up. Yes, you haven't given up. You're back here. You know, give up. That's, you know, you're going to lose if you give up. You know, you don't give up. And every time you get up, you're going to get up stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. All my clients are flying it this year. You know what I mean? Like, I've sent them a message, the voice group, into the voice note, into the WhatsApp group yesterday. Because literally all morning, all I could think about was how great they've been doing. And
you have
I'm
them all
just
in
so
that group?
proud of them. Yeah. Even if they're in the group, because we do a group class on Monday and we do group activities and stuff. But they're getting stronger. I'm getting stronger. Everyone is getting stronger together. It's amazing.
Do your clients ever talk to each other and help out each other?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's nice.
There's a little support, and some of them will have like more of a connection over different things, because like the difference, like some of my clients would be new moms, some of my clients would be single, some of my clients would have gone through divorce, some of my clients would have gone through cancer and operations. Some of them are primary school teachers, some of them are like everybody, but they find different ways to connect, and you connect with people that have similar lifestyle or life situation as you. So it's nice for them. Also, it's great for them to see, oh my God, look at her go. Yeah, I can do that too.
Motivates you seeing someone else. Excellent. Okay, talk to me about nutrition with your clients. That's something you put a big focus on. Your views there, some of the things you've seen, witnessed, experienced, tips, tricks.
I think with nutrition, it's a tricky area. I don't like to get too much into it with my clients. I'll say, okay, we need to look at food. We know what good food is. We know what bad food is. We know we can't be having takeaways every night of the week. You know, you need to just put these practices into place and practice eating healthy on the daily. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be one for saying, right, I don't go on diet plans. I don't, you know, a client will come to you and ask for your diet plan. Okay, you can have a diet plan. But most of my clients, are long-term. It's a long-term thing. And they're creating new habits every week, every month, every year, you know. And now they can stick with that. And now you can see the results. It's sustainable. These results over a long period of time. They're just overall generally more healthy, and it shows in their skin, their eyes, their hair, everything. You know what I mean? So just eat your vegetables, eat your fruit, drink the water, do the things that they tell you to do. Like, you know what I mean? Don't eat takeaway. Stop eating half a packet of biscuits, have two. Like the things we all do. Drinking wine, a bottle of wine. Okay, you've just added six, and then whipping out the cheese and the crackers. Okay, you can do it once in a while, but we know what's going to happen if we keep living this way. And listen to your body. Again, self-awareness, body mindfulness, knowing what's going on. I'm groggy, right? Let's have a little look. We were doing nutrition here last night, and we pulled up Betsy's
Menu.
a day. Yeah, we did 4 days of Betsy's eating.
No way.
Yeah, no. Betsy was a made-up person. But we went through Betsy's habits and stuff, and we could see, and she put down sluggish or headaches, couldn't sleep, all these symptoms. And then we looked at the diet, and we said, right, okay, Betsy, you're eating here, and then you're not eating all day, and you're eating here, you're under-eating, then you're over-eating here. Okay, you're drinking 7 litres of water, so you're flushing everything out. It's really bad. And, we looked at all these habits. We said, right, okay, now let's see here what's wrong. And that's where you can get advice off your coach, your trainer, nutritionist, whoever it is. And then they can say, okay, well, we found some weaknesses. So let's try to turn this around, and we can solve some of these problems and not solely focusing on weight loss, because vegetables, fruit, all these things are going to make you be like a well-oiled machine. They're going to help you thrive at life. So let's focus on the good stuff, and everything else will fall into place. So let's not be like, oh, I need to have this amount of protein, this amount of fat. If you're eating healthy and you're making good choices, that will all just balance into place.
Do you find someone starts in the beginning weightlifting, and then the motivation for that grows maybe a couple of weeks and they're flying? They maybe find it easier to make better food choices at that point.
Oh, you want it because you want to feel stronger. You want to feel good. You want to get up, like, say, for example, if you go out on a Saturday night and you go to the gym on a Sunday morning, I would teach class on a Sunday morning. The difference in me enjoying a step in a dance class with no hangover and hangover is different. Okay. Yeah. So now I love that feeling of doing a dance and step class, being here with the girls, having the crack, like feeling, jumping around. So you start then to be mindful and aware, self-aware. What's making me feel good? What's making me feel bad? Let's get a bit of self-discipline here. I want to be a happier human being. I want my life to feel better. Okay, well, let's have a look here. Facts. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel bad? Okay, let's decide what you want to choose here. And then you make decisions week in, week out on what's gonna. Yeah. But you need to be honest. Like, ignorance is bliss. Like, if you just pretend that I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. I'm tired all the time. I'm cranky. Well, are you cranky because you're hungry, or are you cranky because you've had no sleep, or you're due your period? Or let's ask yourself these questions. Stop moaning. I'm cranky. I'm this and that. Nobody else feels like this. Sit down. Get your journal out. Get your notes out on your phone. What could be going wrong here? Let me investigate myself, and let's try to figure some stuff out.
I think what you just described, though, is a skill almost.
Yeah, no,
you
it
have
is.
developed over
and
the
that's
years.
where you'd get a coach or somebody, or somebody that's done it before, and be like, okay, this is what we need to do. Or like, I'm very lucky that I just got into my own brain and was like, right, okay, let's figure some stuff out. That doesn't happen naturally for some people. Some people don't have time. Like, I always say this, I've had so much time being single and being without children to be with me and be, listen to myself, and lots of hours with me to figure all this out. So you might have that. You might need to take an hour, 2 hours out with a coach, with somebody, to figure these things out, and slot in times in your week to say, okay, I love everybody in my life. These are all fantastic, but I'm going to need to take an hour here and an hour here to sit down with myself and just be with myself and see, okay, what days was I happy? What days was I sad? How do I figure this out? Is there something here? Yeah, but if you don't do that, it's just going to keep going, stifle, and then I don't know what's going to happen in an explosion.
I find we live in such a distracting,
I know.
Your phone, everything beeps, and you're gone then.
Yeah, and you could be on your phone for so long, and those minutes could have been you lying on the floor breathing. I went to Bali there recently, and I went to a yoga camp for 3 days. I I jump around. I'm like, wow, all the time. So to have to be like, breathe, I was like, oh my God, if I just do another deep breath. But oh my God, it was so healing. I was like, and it made me, it just did something to my nervous system. And now I have this feeling that I can anchor back to being like, oh my God, that felt just so calming. And the way here, and I was like you can just come back to your breath and just like, that's like walk in or listen to music or find something that pulls you back. But you need to spend time with yourself to figure that out.
Very good, very good. Okay. Talk to me about your views on like some mental health in the fitness industry, because I could tell you, if we'd swap seats, I can tell you the amount of success stories from people who went into that place, and actually fitness alone was the savior of it.
Yeah.
What are your views? What have you witnessed? What have you experienced with clients? But the mental health is such a
but that's
big thing at the moment.
Yeah, and that's huge, and that's what it was for me, So to say that I'm an advocate for if you have mental health problems or any way, and because you can be severely, and then low, like there's all, waves at different times. But if you can get yourself into the gym and show yourself that you're strong, you're practicing almost. I think when you've like mental health problems and you're being almost just outside, it's like a battle. It's like almost you're being attacked, like, you're with all these negative thoughts and emotions and feelings, and you lose sight of anything that you might have gratitude for, or, you're feeling down, you don't have any good high hormones in your body, like you're very lost in that space. So you need to find a way out. So when you're in the gym, you're with yourself. So you have to say, I'm going to lift this dumbbell from here to here. So now your mind is connected to your body and you're self-aware. So you're in this present moment, because you have to be like, right, okay, what am I doing next? And it's almost distracting you from everything else. And then you're getting stronger. And then you're pushing yourself even through an extra 1 or 2 reps. And that's so good for your mind. Then you've got all these hormones going off. So you've got, your happy hormones, your endorphins are flying, and then your serotonin, a little hit of serotonin here and there. Because I did that today. But you need to make sure you remember to congratulate yourself and be like, I did that. But you're getting stronger. You're teaching yourself to be strong. Yeah, you're progressing. You've got something that you're like, I'm good at this. And you see changes in your body, and you're just feeling better, and it just like it's domino effect. Then you do almost get just addicted to that feeling of, I can do this, or I'm stronger than I was before. Or, people feel weak in other areas. You're feeling like you can't. Your mental health is killing you. Like you feel like, I can't do this. You feel defeated. And you go in there, and then you feel strong, and you're like, right, okay, for this time, I feel stronger, I feel better, and that will go into the rest of your life, then into the rest of your day, and over time, that feeling will last longer and longer and longer, and then you'll end up being like, I am strong, I am resilient, I can do this. Like
take on any more challenges.
Yeah.
It's probably a hard question. Just from your experience, from everything that you've done, the less younger word is the wrong word to use, but like 16 to 30-year-olds and then 30-year-olds onwards. Do you notice any difference? Let's say the 16 to 30-year-olds, like they don't know a world without social media.
And they had COVID as well.
Yeah, and they had COVID. Would you notice any differences, I suppose, from nowadays, from one to the other? From a health, fitness, training, mental health, anything side?
I think that I'm going to say I'm 33, so like, it's not everybody. It's definitely not everybody, because I see some younger people on social media and they're excelling and their business. You can see them. Some of them have done podcasts here, and I'm so impressed by them.
Yeah.
So impressed with what they've achieved in such a short space of time, what they did with COVID. They're business people now, they're entrepreneurs, they're making money, and they're helping people and connecting people. It's amazing. And then there's a lot of other people, say, that would have come in or done courses, or they're just not willing to do the work, and they can't connect with people. They don't know how to connect with people because, even if they're sitting with their family or they're on their phone. So how can you be a coach or, you know, a business person or anybody if you can't sit and have a conversation with somebody, and then when you do, it makes you, you know, and then you're being handed things. You're being handed like, I know not everybody is. I know because, you know, people will say, I can't believe that was even a life that you lived. So I know there's still people that aren't being handed things. But now the world that I find myself living in, a lot of people are being handed everything.
It's comfort.
Yeah, and their parents even parents that come from like a not as privileged background, they're giving their kids everything. They're saying, oh, I need to be a better parent. I need to give them this. I need to make it easy. But I think when you make it easy, you're weakening them almost because they're losing that resilience, that having to get up and do it themselves, it's a pain in the ass making your bed, like until you have to put that into practice. Having to load the dishwasher and, you know, like I live in part of my own, I have to clean the skirting boards, like it's a pain in the fucking ass. Yeah. Like you have to let them do things and make them do things and make life a little bit hard for them sometimes and challenge them. Even students, I think some of them expect you almost to do everything for them. And I know that I am as a tutor, I'm kind of like a mammy and I probably do a little bit too much, but you know, that's okay too. But you have to at some point be like, no, you have to do this yourself now because you're going to be self-employed now. You expect to run your own business and you can't do this. Right, come on. I had to learn how to do it. It was uncomfortable for me too, but we have to do it. Like, and I think that I just want to post on social media and become famous. I feel like you're missing the point. Then people are working really hard in the background too. They're not just, there's a misconception of, I'll do this and there's grit behind that screen. Like
excellent. Okay, you mentioned one of your clients, but you've quite a few people came to you to start training and then they actually went on and became personal trainers themselves. Any other stories or individuals you can
I think like females again, like I'm interviewing one of the girls now on Tuesday here and hopefully but I think it's breaking the social norms. Like she was doing dance classes with me and then she seen, you know, me doing the fitness industry and then another girl that I know on social media, she was doing dance and stuff. Don't be, you know, I've seen different people then see me and be like, oh, if you can do it, I can do it too. And that's not, I take that as a compliment. I want to keep my vulnerability. I want to keep like that I'm not perfect. I'm not, you know. Yeah. So I think that's probably one of the main things I've seen that they've saying, oh, well, if you can do it, I can do it too. Like in a most respectful way. I mean, you know, that kind of way. Like they respect me and I know that. And, you know, I'm still a trainer for them, you know, and they might have clients or, you know, they still come to me. But yeah, I think it's just that holding yourself back thinking, oh, I don't look like that person, or I don't look like that person, or I don't look like that person. And it is an image thing. And it's like we need to not...
Like the client, like the example you gave with the girl, the beautiful girl in the class.
Yeah, like she's stunning. And yes, she's holding herself. And then you might have somebody that's not as, you know, you wouldn't get the part of the model in the movie where she was. But they're pushing themselves. And then people are inspiring other people to, you know, like we're not putting people in, like we're all one, but we are, you know, just society has us thinking, this looks good, this doesn't look good. And we're missing connection with people because we're focused on this outside. We're objectifying each other rather than connecting with each other. So we need to not do that. So this beautiful woman is objectifying herself, and that's holding her back because she thinks she needs to look and be a certain way to the eye for her to even attend a class. Which is mental.
Yeah, crazy,
But I understand that mind. I understand that. So it's not mental. I just hope that she can see that we all have been there and we all do it. Face the fear.
That's it.
Do it. It's not that bad. No one is going to egg you. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, we love you. Like, you're gorgeous.
And tell us, so you have other clients, haven't you, that went on and done the course?
Yeah, well, it's a few, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Any other stories or experiences you could share from any of those? I wonder. From the first day you met them to where they would be now.
yeah, like it's just it's great to see them, now having like Pam having
Yeah.
your own business now and really, going for it, So it's really, really it's great to see. And even some of the younger tutors and not tutor students from here going and having their own businesses and stuff. It's just really great to see people just stepping into their own and being like,
Very good. Okay, let's have a chat about the tutoring. You began this a year ago, and you have done very well. Your students love Pilar. How have you found that? What is it that you enjoy differently from coaching clients and the challenges and everything else?
It's so funny because I was here last night and we needed more space, we needed more whiteboards. So we came in and we were using the photocopier. So we came in here and they were on these little chairs and I was standing there and drawing all over your whiteboard. And they kept being like, make sure that it's not permanent marker because I ruined the bottom there with permanent marker.
Go on.
So but we were just but it's this real like homey feeling. I feel like at the start I was terrified. And then I became a tutor and I don't know, I thought they're all the same as joining the gym. They're all going to be judging me. They're going to be looking, what's she doing wrong? What is she doing wrong? And I knew I was competent. I knew that I could do this. I knew that. But the confidence was lacking. So I needed to be like, you're doing it anyway, Pilar. You want to do this. Get your ass in there and do it. Then I showed up and then it wasn't that bad. Like, I knew I could do it. And then they were lovely and I was very open with them. And, I was like, I'm nervous. And they were like, we're nervous too. And but now they can open up to me and
it's good that you do that nervous. Though, you even say it,
And we just have this, like every group is different. And it's just so cute. And I can't believe how much I actually do love it. Because we're like a little family by the end of it. Like, I feel like they're like my brothers and sisters, if that makes sense. Like, I grew up in like a big family. And like, I love it. I love when like the lads are asking questions. I love when the women are asking questions. I love when they're asking each other questions. It's great. Like, and we're always having the crack. Like, we're always having a good time. Yeah, and I just love telling them it's okay to be yourself. Yeah. It's okay to not be like everybody else. Because even I still think like there's a big gap in the market for like more different types of personalities. Because there's so many different types of people in the world. Like, you've got people who love like comic books and, all that. I can't connect. No, I don't connect naturally with them. Or then there's people that might be into, I love traveling. So somebody else might not be in traveling. Or, there's mammies who have like this older adult. Like one of the ladies did a dance workshop with me recently, Eve, and she's older again. She connects with like another different. We need she's the most mature woman that I've met in the industry, and there's one of her. There needs to be loads of her. There needs to be, you know what I mean? And it's like, come on, we need to broaden people's minds on who can do this, because we can. Once you love your body, once you respect other human beings, and once you have a passion to, get people fitter and healthier, you can be in this industry too. Like, connecting with people, and just like, day in, day out, hanging out with these great people, learning from them, teaching them.
And you're tutoring whatever it is a year now. Some of those students that you have worked with have gone on. They were probably nervous, like yourself, day one. People go through different emotions on the course, by the way. They actually find the beginning quite overwhelming, and then they go through these little waves that we've tracked. But some of them have gone on and done great things. It must be nice sitting back saying, him, her, who I'm seeing on social media.
And they'll, so it's great on social media because you can still keep in touch with them. So I follow like my students, their students, and I follow my clients, and I love that. And a lot of students do message me, and I'll send them likes. Thank you so much for giving me this confidence. Thank you. Because I was like, let's make mistakes together. Let's make a fool of ourselves here. Let's, practice saying the wrong things or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's Brilliant. Probably
We get a massive amount of students, I don't know if you're aware of this, who do the course purely for their own knowledge,
Yeah.
not to even work in the industry. Like, it's amazing. They don't want to hire a PT anymore. They just want to be able to train themselves.
Yeah.
Have you experienced much of that? Many of your clients, have you found?
Yeah, like at the moment we're actually all going to come to the graduation and hopefully give her a cert on stage. Now she's doing a fantastic job. So she's one of my clients and she's in the course. So she was here last night in class. And like that, she's like, yeah, I just did it because I love it. And like that, it's something that she enjoys doing. So why not do more of it?
Yeah.
Another girl in the course, no intention of doing it, but like that, getting out of the house in the evening, connecting, learning. And you're always learning from other people. It's great. And now there's ideas now being like, oh, maybe I'll do a few classes here.
Maybe this, maybe that, yeah.
And you don't know, it's the ones that you don't expect. I feel like I would have been the underdog on my course. I don't think people would have expected me to be where I am. And you know what I mean? But that's what we're here to do as tutors, to, you know, instill that self-belief in them and be like, yeah, you can do that. Don't be, why not? Why her and not you? Why him and not you? You can do it. Like,
someone watching this or listening to this who has considered doing a course, actually loads, Pilar, Adam and the lads will tell you loads who are in front of you in a class, have been planning to do it for 3 years and they haven't pulled the trigger.
yeah.
What would you say to someone who has considered doing a course but can't take that step?
You're holding yourself back. I held myself back for so long. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Just, if it's something that it keeps coming back up in your mind, like, why does it keep coming? Why is this recurring thought coming up in your mind? Because you want to do it. Go and do it. Come on. Like, just be like, right, okay, do you want to do it? Journal about it. Write it. Do you want to do it? If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you want to do it, it keeps coming up in your mind and it's there, like, you know.
And they will be probably nervous beforehand.
Yeah. And ask for support, I think, as well. When you're living in a life, you might think, oh, maybe you're at to being at home for the last 10 years, or you're at it, you know, you're not a social person, or, you know, getting outside the house can be scary. Never mind going to a gym or coming to a course. Yeah. So you need to be like, right, okay, let's start. Go and have a little chat with somebody and talk to the lads in the office, and just be like, right, okay, come in and have a little look around, and we're nice people in here. It's not, you know. And I wasn't great when I started the resistance side of things. You know, I went in as a dance instructor, and you know, I was doing squats in the gym. Like, I didn't even know what a deadlift was. RDL.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? Like, what is? But you have to learn. You have to start somewhere. Like, it's another language. Like, you know, you have to. But it is a nice space, and I think you should definitely do it, because I did it, and I just can only, like, I'm biased obviously, because it just changed my life, and I can see the people around me, and I can hear the students, and they're sending me messages, and they're so proud of themselves and so happy, and the buzz at the graduations alone, like, they're like, wow, we all did it, because they, like that guy I was saying earlier on, like, you're doing it. You're at to battling that argument with yourself to do it. Okay, let's win now, let's do it. And then you're going to have more battles like that at the start. It's overwhelming. Like you said, there's a wave. Yeah. You're going to have it. It's going to be all the way, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can't do the exam. I can't do this. But then you do it, and you have to do it. You have to take this first step.
Do you like those moments in the grad where,
I love it,
where you share that with students, those hugs, and then there's more hugs?
I think I'm more excited than them. Yeah, but just you have to make sure that they're taking that moment as well to be proud of themselves, because you are, like, if you're somebody like that, you're holding yourself back. It's kind of in you, so you need to just be like, right, okay, let's push myself here. And you're every day, every time you're sitting down to that coursework, you're pushing yourself, and you need to be like, right, okay, I'm doing this. Yeah.
Well, look, Pilar, we want to thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
It's incredible what you've achieved and what you know, how popular you've become. And I think what the viewers watching this or listening to this, what's quite interesting is where you started at 18 and that moment you had, and how you've gone on and done such incredible things and inspired so many.
Yeah.
Thank you
Just
very
for
much.
the students going out into the industry as well, I think that they need to just always be so patient with their clients. Like you asked, when clients, like, you know, they fall down the first hurdle or whatever, you need to remember that you have to be patient with them. You have to practice building their confidence in their ability to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. Be patient and just keep supporting them as well. So, yeah.
Excellent. You've shared so much. Pilar, thank you very much. It's been an absolute
Thanks for
pleasure.
having me, Simon.
Fair play to you. Thanking you.